What's up guys, Steve here from Warrior Planet Tanks, and today I just got a quick one. I wanted to show you guys another one of my critters. So in here I have a trio of CPOs, also known as Mexican Dwarf Crayfish, and they're really awesome. In fact, this is my red and green tank, and it's not too red and it's not too green. I'll tell you about that in a second. But CPO stands for Cambarellus Pascuensis Orange, if I said that right. Our Mexican Dwarf is fine. They're actually native to Mexico. The Cambarellus genus is a cool one because I'm a Texan and we have the Brazos dwarf crawfish, and I used to catch them out of ditches all the time, and now it's a thing. People actually pay for those, but we used to use them for bait. But real quick, just wanted to show you guys these very lovely specimens. I actually have a trio of them in here in what I don't want to say used to be, but I had my fancies in here. Some of them are in the garage, some of them are in the boost tank, and the rest, they didn't make it, and I'll tell you why. So I started noticing an algae bloom. Here, let me zoom out. I started noticing an algae bloom in here, and I was like, why is there an algae bloom in here? I got CO2 in here. I changed up the lighting scheme since the event, but I was like, what's going on? And then I started noticing die-off, and I was like, what is going on with my tank? Long story short, I have this thing called a 12-year-old, and apparently he was sneaking in here and dumping food, not in just this one, but also in my 20 long boost. And I hate to put him out there like that, but needless to say, I was extremely frustrated. I did water changes. I did what I had to do to get the water back stable. Crawfish made it, which goes to show their resilience. Most of my fancy shrimp that were left in here didn't, so Steve-O got to restock. We're still kind of dealing with some of the die-off from some of the plants, if you can see that. And young man got a stern talking to about not touching daddy's stuff. So this word to the wise. I love him though. He was curious. He wanted to see him eat. It is what it is. I did the same thing when I was his age. But these guys are doing well. Actually, one has molted here, and he picked the Hygrophila corymbosa compact as a nice place to molt in. And you know, at first I was like, I don't even want to shoot this tank. I'm ashamed of it. But whatever. Plants, they're plants. They're resilient. They'll bounce back. And some of these were some of my kind of treasured varieties. Like there's Vesuvius right there, and it actually looks like it's doing better because of all the extra fertilizer. Can't say the same for the Rotala Waliki or for my Ludwigia inclinata, if I can get it right there. Myriophyllum, it don't look happy. So it's been getting a lot of water changes. I need to do another one and vacuum. And I didn't even trim. I was afraid to trim. I let the die-off happen. So we'll do a water change. We'll leave what's in here for fertilizer. I'm seeing new shoots. I'm seeing green tips all over the place, and it's starting to bounce back. I chilled out on the lighting a little bit to kind of coax it into some regenerative growth, and it's coming around. It's coming around nicely. So back to the CPOs. These are Mexican Dwarf. They're actually from a lake in Michoacan. Off the top of my head, I don't remember the name. You can Google it. Really easy to take care of. Really easy to feed. I feed these guys the same thing I feed my shrimp, which is wafers, and then I also feed them the Hikari pellet, which isn't great, but it's not that bad either. There was a massive blackworm infestation in here from when I was feeding blackworms to the previous residents of this tank. If you guys remember, there were some Hera Jardini in here, and also there was some of the red line rasboras and espies, which I moved the red lines into the 1984 tank, the rest of them, and I moved the chilies and the espies down into the chaos competition nano. And I put these guys in here, and they completely decimated the blackworms. There's no blackworms in here, which I kind of missed them now, because there's actually a layer of biofilm on my substrate, which is residual of all the food that was placed in here. And we're talking, you know, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks time frame here. And I didn't really want to hit it with the gravel vac too hard, because I was attempting to keep some of the shrimp alive, and I didn't want to swing the parameters too much. But that didn't work out, so now I can come in here and hit it with the gravel vac, and everything should be good. But real quick, just a quick update. Wanted to show you that. I want to thank Tampa Aquaculture for hooking me up with these. I saw them and they're really awesome, and I ended up grabbing a trio of them, and I'm not disappointed. I'll leave the link in the description to this video of them, and they are being camera shy. I'm peeking around the tank. There's one here, and let's try to get over here real quick without shaking the camera too much. There's another one behind this guava leaf. Yes, there's botanicals in this tank too. I put them in all the tanks. Let's see if I can, there's my bacteria colony coming back, which is great. So I'm not wiping that anytime soon. Really don't care about the way it looks. Let's peek down there. Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's focus. And there she is right there behind the fluorescent gravel that is a remnant of what this tank was when I first set it up 2 years ago. It was a glowfish tank. Yes, I did succumb to the glowfish hype. So I'll put another filter in here, trying to save these guys, and the filter's pretty strong, and it kicked up some of the fluorite black that's in here and exposed some of that gravel. I don't care. I think it looks cool, and that's what we have. So yeah, Steve don't film video lives. Hey man, if I got dead fish, I'm gonna film dead fish. If I got dead plants, I'm filming them too. It happens. But we'll bounce this guy back, no problem. I'm gonna start CO2ing it again here pretty soon, and we should be good. The high grow looks good. It's a little bit yellow, but that's because I switched the light up. And you really can't kill Creeping Jenny or Kabamba. I mean, I've never been able to. Really wasn't worried about that. I was worried about some of these no-name Rotalas I got in here, and these Ludwigias that I have in here. So we'll bounce it back. We'll get the red and green again. And it was a lesson learned for everybody. Curiosity didn't kill the cat, but it darn sure killed a good majority of the fancy shrimp I had in here. So I'm gonna go in the garage and take another, I don't know, 10, 15 wild types and put them in here so they can get to cleaning, and we should be good. No big deal. Just real quick, I haven't really been posting a lot lately. I've been hectically busy, and you know, I got a lot of stuff going on. For those of you who talk to me on a more personal level, you know what I got going on right now. So I'm not as sporadic of a poster, or not sporadic, but frequent, I should say, of a poster as I normally am. I will try to do a live stream here this weekend. Hopefully, if nothing crazy happens between today and Saturday, with today being Thursday. And before I finish, I'm going to show you guys my new project. So let's say bye-bye to the CPOs. And you guys sit tight for a second. I'm going to show you something real quick. So here's my new project. And you know I do concepts. So this one is actually my Miami Vice tank. And I was cutting up with a couple friends yesterday and ended up coming across this name because I was clowning this stand that it's on. And I antiqued it, hit it with some high gloss white spray paint from the dollar store, and then I hit it with a clear gloss because I got this at the thrift store, and when I got it, it was white, and I was like, oh my god, it's ugly. But I put some gloss on it, and I put a coat of high gloss white and a coat of clear coat. And like the trim, everything was white. So I was like, okay, whatevs. I'm gonna leave it and let's zoom in. So that's why I'm calling it Miami Vice. I grew up in the 80s, and I remember me and my little brother, we used to fight all the time over who got to be Tubbs, because Tubbs was the cool one. He always had the white suit on. So that's why it's the Miami Vice tank. Plus, it's a brackish black water tank. So let me zoom in on it real quick so y'all can get a better look. Just real quick, it's still cycling. So I used sand, a mixture of sand, mineral mud, and oyster shell that I beat with a sledge in the garage. And we got manzanita wood, mangrove, which I got another piece coming, basically everything that I showed you guys in the last live stream I did. All those botanicals are in here, and so far so good. HOB filter, really nice stain. That green stuff is duckweed, and I'm okay with it. I think I'm gonna put duckweed in here, y'all, against my better judgment. I know that sounds insane, but yes, I'm gonna purposefully try to propagate duckweed. So we'll see what that looks like. I thought about using Philanthus fluitans, but I was like, that's not really swampy enough. So yeah, I'm gonna go with duckweed. I got a few different kinds. I have greater, lesser. I have the giant. So we'll see. I'll play around and see which one sticks. But real quick, just wanted to give you guys a quick look at it. You gotta excuse the glare. Give you guys a quick look and see what you think. But there she is. This tank is going to be stocked with the blue-backed rainbow, the Pseudomogul cyan dorsalis, and that's not going to happen no time soon. Only because this tank is a baby. I put this one up Saturday. I did the field on Saturday while I was watching a couple of you guys live stream. Everybody was streaming this weekend, so I chilled out, and I was in and out of streams watching everybody stream, and I put this one up. I'm sorry, Sunday. Well, it was Saturday and Sunday. You guys were busy this weekend, so that's what I was doing. Was playing with this guy right here, and I'm pretty stoked with the way it looks. Give a shout out to Scott over at Tampa Aquatics for hooking it up with the estuary line, which is what I'm using. And then that manzanita wood actually came from ADG down in Houston. So shout out to Luis Navarro for picking me out some awesome wood. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. As usual, as always, you always do right by me. So thank you for that. And I'm pretty stoked about the way this one is going to look, the Miami Vice tank. And I got an idea. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'll say it on the live stream, but I'm gonna be getting some wall art to complement this little project right here. But for now, that's it. If you guys got any cool ideas about what I should stock it with invert wise, besides the cyan dorsalis, be sure to leave something in the comments. Also, I want to thank Garrick over at Tampa Aquaculture for hooking me up with those awesome orange dwarf Mexican crawfish. I'll leave both links in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys on Saturday doing a stream. I'm not on camera because I didn't get a haircut, man. It's like I've been busy, so you guys can see my face on Saturday. But this is Steve from Warrior Planet Tanks. You guys have a blessed rest of the week, and I'll see you when I see you. Take care, guys. I'm out.
Damn, son.